In the heart of a city that pulsed with life, Zaid felt like a ghost. Once a celebrated carpenter, his hands, which had shaped wood into art, now hung limp at his sides. A series of misfortunes had unraveled his life. His workshop had burned down, plunging him into debt and a silence that was heavier than any timber he had ever lifted. He felt lost adrift in a sea of faces. His connection to his faith, his purpose, and himself frayed to a single, weak thread. His days were spent wandering, his feet carrying his hollowed-out frame through crowded markets where the aroma of spices and the chatter of commerce felt like a world away. His nights were longer, filled with the suffocating darkness of his small, empty room, where his prayers felt like stones dropped into a bottomless well. "Oh, Allah," he would whisper, the words tasting like ash. "Have you forgotten me?" The silence that answered was, to him, a confirmation of his deepest fear. He was utterly alone. One evening, seeking refuge from a sudden downpour and the storm within his own soul, Zaid found himself at the entrance of the Grand Mosque. He didn't enter to pray, but to hide. He slipped into the back, collapsing behind a large pillar, hoping to become invisible. The rhythmic patter of rain against the domes was soon joined by a gentle, steady voice. An old scholar, his face a roadmap of serene wisdom, was speaking to a small circle of listeners. Zaid, with nothing else to do, listened. The scholar was recounting the story of the prophet Yunus Jonah. He spoke of how the prophet, in a moment of human frustration, had left his people, only to be swallowed by a great fish, plunged into darkness upon darkness upon darkness. Imagine that despair. The scholar's voice was soft, yet it filled the vast hall. Trapped in the belly of a beast, in the depths of the ocean, in the black of night, what hope could there be? It is in this moment, the moment of absolute surrender, that the most powerful prayer was born. The scholar recited the verse from the Quran, La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. There is no deity except you. Exalted are you. Indeed, I have been of the wrongdoers. Zaid's heart, which he thought had turned to stone, jolted. The words resonated not in his ears, but in the hollow chamber of his chest. He was not in the belly of a fish, but he was just as trapped in a prison of debt, of grief, of hopelessness. He too had been a wrongdoer, not in a grand, malicious way, but in his despair, in his loss of trust in the divine plan. The scholar continued, Prophet Yunus did not ask to be saved. He did not bargain. He simply affirmed the oneness of Allah and admitted his own imperfection. And what was Allah's response? He tells us, so we responded to him and saved him from the distress. And thus do we save the believers. Notice the promise. The scholar leaned forward, his eyes scanning the faces of his listeners. He says, an asterisk. Thus asterisk. Do we save the believers? It is a universal promise. The path out of the darkness is the same for all of us. Tears, hot and unfamiliar, streamed down Zaid's face, mingling with the rain that clung to his beard. For the first time in months, he didn't feel like a ghost. He felt seen. The story wasn't just a tale from the ancient past. It was a map. The scholar then shared a hadith Qudsi, a direct message from Allah. I am as my servant thinks I am. If he draws near to me a hand span, I draw near to him an arm's length. And if he comes to me walking, I go to him at speed. A hand span. Zaid looked at his own hands, calloused and scarred from years of work. Could it be that simple? Could a single step, a single turning of the heart, be met with such a swift and merciful response? The seed of hope, so long dormant, began to stir within him. When the scholar's lesson concluded and the people dispersed, Zaid reminded, the rain had stopped and a sliver of moon cast a pale, gentle light through the arched windows. He raised his hands, not with a dead weight of habit, but with a trembling, nascent faith. La ilaha illa anta, subhanaka, inni kuntu minasalimin. He whispered, the words, no longer ash, but a balm to his wounded soul. He repeated it again and again, each repetition a chisel, chipping away at the stone that had encased his heart. He poured out his sorrow, his fear, his shame, not as accusations, but as a confession to the one who already knew. He didn't ask for his workshop back, or for his debts to vanish. He asked for forgiveness. He asked for guidance. He asked for hope. Zaid walked out of the mosque that night. A different man. The city was the same. The moon was the same. And his pockets were still empty. But the crushing weight on his shoulders had lifted. He had not been given a miracle, but something far more profound. The understanding that no darkness is absolute, and that Allah's mercy is a light that can penetrate the deepest abyss. Hope was not the absence of hardship, but the presence of faith. The next morning, Zaid woke not with dread, but with a quiet resolve. He walked to the house of the man to whom he owed the most, his heart pounding. He had nothing to offer but his word. He explained his situation honestly and asked for time, offering to work off his debt in any way he could. The man, surprised by Zaid's sincerity, saw not a broken debtor, but a man of honor. He agreed to a new arrangement. It was a small step, a handspan, but it was a beginning. Zaid found work, simple at first, repairing furniture for his neighbors. His masterful touch had not left him. Slowly, with each piece of wood he mended, he felt he was also mending himself. He had found his way out of the darkness, not by being magically lifted out, but by taking one small, hopeful step at a time, trusting that, as he walked, his Lord was coming toward him at speed. He was no longer lost, for he had found the compass of faith, pointing him always toward the boundless mercy of the divine.